Welcome everybody. Welcome to all the MCTs across the world. Glad to see a lot of new MCTs that have signed up for this event. Again, sincere apologies for the link mess up in the beginning. I experienced an issue that is currently a problem in Teams where, as the meeting organizer, I can't start my own meeting. So that's why, well, for the past hour, I've not been able to get in. And I had to then take the decision to start a new meeting and email everybody the link. So please do vote on that issue. It will be nice and it can be attended to very quickly. It can happen to any one of us. It happens when you are in multiple tenants. So there's a bit of a confusion there. If you're active on social media, I've got some hashtags going there. Hashtag MCT Buzz, hashtag Microsoft Certified Trainer, hashtag Microsoft Partner Program, hashtag Microsoft Action Pack. So please do get this trending so we can all find out what we need to know as MCTs when we're dealing with the Microsoft Partner Program. And just a little agenda we have here. Welcome to Ed Baker, who's kindly accepted to present the topic for us. Once upon a time, I was also an MCT looking for assistance in the partner program. I got a lot of insight from Ed, and I thought that there should be something that should be made available for all MCTs across the world. And what is it really for? It's, well, we may be associated with a learning partner already. We may not be associated, or we are currently associated and we want to maybe start our own venture as a Microsoft learning partner. So how do we do it, and where do we get started? And we're going to be looking at specifically the Microsoft Action Pack program. What is it all about, really? And so you can get going on this. So it is something that has been requested for quite a while, especially with MCTs in my region. So I thought, let's have an event around this. So Ed, if you could just maybe give a few words about yourself, who you are and what do you do?
Yeah, can do. Hello, everybody. My name's Ed Baker. I'm a long-time certified trainer. I'm a regional lead for the UK. And if you're not aware of the regional lead program, there's a number of us on the call that can help you with that. We're here to connect Microsoft to you and you to Microsoft, provide feedback, grease the wheels to make things happen more easily. In the UK, we tend to mentor brand new trainers, help people into the program, run training courses to help people get from on-premises to the new cloud-based, role-based courses and certifications. I've done all sorts of things in my career. You can tell I'm not exactly young. I was a Microsoft full-time employee a while back as a technical evangelist, and now I run my own company. I've run it for a number of years before I was in Microsoft, and I train and consult on a lot of Microsoft topics. Pretty easy, much easier to say what I don't. Not really Dynamics, not really the Power, definitely not development. And I've stopped doing databases really, but if it's server, if it's client, if it's cloud, I'm pretty much all over it at the moment. I'm lucky enough to have been involved in writing courseware, writing exams, and various other bits and things for Microsoft and other vendors. And I've been a partner for 12 years. And MAP's learning partner since they brought it out, which I think is probably about 5 years now. I can't remember, probably about 5 years. So hopefully I'll be able to help people understand whether it's right for them and understand how to progress it and see what benefits it can give.
Awesome. Right. So just for some clarity, what does MAPS mean? It's the Microsoft Action Pack. So that's what we are going to be talking about. Thanks for that. And just some housekeeping rules, as we are using Microsoft Teams. I'm sure we all have used it somewhere. If not, please do familiarize yourself with the environment. We're going to be taking questions at the end after Ed has completed his topic. You may use your raise your hand feature. You can use a chat box. Well, I don't think we'll be able to see the chat box whilst the presentation is going on. So I think we'll rather want to speak up if you have a question, but that will happen at the end and I'll be moderating that. Just a couple of things before we formally start. If I just want to talk about quickly, as MCTs, we should be visiting MCT Central very much regularly to find all the latest news and updates, everything about the MCT program. Make sure to subscribe to receive the MCT newsletter and other MCT communication. So there is a new short URL for that. I'll be posting that in the chat. I'll be posting that on social media. Get to know your regional lead, right? We all have regional leads. If one is not present in your country, get hold of the nearest one. If you don't know who that is, just give me a shout. I'll find out who that is for you. Right, so it is very important. They are your best friends. They're really there to make sure you're much aware what's going on in the MCT program, specifically for your region. We also have LinkedIn and Facebook MCT network groups that are handled by John, who's on the call here, as well as volunteer work just by a whole lot of others. And whoever is making noise, could you please mute yourself? Thank you. So if we want to join these groups, please have a look at the, I'll probably be posting the links in a moment. They are across LinkedIn. Search for MCT network and you will join. These are public links. Please make sure you don't post any MCT NDA content. We have a COVID-19 impact survey going around. This is just a survey to assess what you have been experiencing as an MCT during the past couple of months as during COVID-19. Please do fill that out. The link should be in the MCT Central forums, otherwise it will be posted again. Enrique Lima Award, for those who don't know, the Enrique Lima Award is designed to recognize and celebrate the outstanding work of Microsoft certified trainers in the MCT community, being awarded to only those who show knowledge, passion, and commitment to the Microsoft community as a whole, and specifically to the MCT program. So a lot more information is on MCT Central. If you think there's a deserving MCT who deserves this award, go and nominate that MCT. Note, you cannot vote for yourself or nominate yourself. There's a Metrics That Matter webinar coming up, also on MCT Central. It is just some new features coming out. What is Metrics That Matter? It is the preferred survey tool that you would need to use to submit metrics to show that you are training required for MCT renewals. Now, I know there's a huge debate around that, but please do attend the webinar so we can get more clarity on that. It is the way forward with gathering some feedback for your sessions. There are some surveys, two surveys for the Microsoft Security Operations Analyst and the Modern Desktop Administrator role. There's a new certification and an update of the particular, the latter, and we will want to submit these or fill these out to help Microsoft Learning better understand how these roles should change, or what do we need to see in these roles. So the certifications do release, the appropriate audience would go and complete them, and we can get these certifications. The extension of the waiver of the MCT program fee, the new deadline is 31 December, right? It was originally September, now 31st December. So if you need to renew your MCT status, it will be at no cost until 31 December. And the next MCT Town Hall meeting is taking place on 12 November 2020 at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Please go and search what time is that in your local time zone. Right, those details, or all these details, are on MCT Central. Right, and I'll hand it over to you, Ed, to take it forward for us.
Thank you very much. So hopefully we can see the presentation, doing the usual Teams thing. Somebody confirm. Good, thank you. I'm just going to turn my camera off because you can see I've now got a camera somewhere else, so that's fine. Now, this came about because of a chat that Chintan and I had about partners and maps and being able to deliver your own training. Historically, as an MCT, and we ought to really understand what Microsoft think an MCT is. Apparently, we are the premier technical instructional experts in all Microsoft technologies. We're exclusive, although Microsoft in the last few months have made it free. So the numbers have more than doubled, I gather, over the last few months. And it's fair to say, it's under NDA, but it's fair to say that without giving any details away, the program is under a widespread review. It's being reviewed dramatically, and things are going to change. I know Chintan mentioned MTM. There are other things that will be changing over the next 6 to 12 months. And Microsoft are keen to make us, again, the premier Microsoft training group of professionals. Once you've signed up, once you've qualified, you're capable of delivering the courses for which you are technically qualified. There is a list, and that list tells you if you have a certification, you are technically qualified to teach it. And if you don't have the certification, you can't teach it with mock. You can teach anything you like, any way you like, but you can't use the mock, or the MILT, they now call it, the instructor-led training. You cannot use that to train if you aren't certified to do it. Thousands do, but you're not supposed to. But it does apply certain limitations. One of those limitations is that you can't advertise your services and classes publicly. You can't buy the mock or the MILT material to deliver. You get a free copy. One of the benefits is you get a free copy of every bit of material on Courseware Marketplace, but you can't buy it and run your own classes. So a few years ago, and I really was trying to think how long ago it was, I think it's about 5 years ago. Certainly it was now 2 program managers ago. It was when Patrick was running the program. They introduced a new program. Now, I was already a partner because I had already taken up maps. Now, to join a partnership as a partner, crappy slide, but these are the areas you can choose. And when you read those, if you go to partner.microsoft.com and you say, yeah, make me a partner, when you read these, there's only, unless you are developing applications or you are reselling products and software, the only thing you can really sign up for is Deliver, where you're adding extra services. So you're adding learning services to Microsoft's other services. So I signed up. It was different when I did all those years ago, but I signed up and I took advantage of the partner program. Now, Microsoft suggests that the partner program has 4 options, and it goes from 0 cost, which is anybody effectively can be a partner. There are very, very few checks or requirements to be a partner. You just have to say, yes, I am a partner. You get nothing for it. You get very few benefits for it. You get the odd email and you're able to look at the partner portal. A couple of years ago, they made it so that to access the partner portal, you had to use a business account as opposed to a Microsoft account. So there were a few changes there, but you can sign up to be a member of the partner network. You get some information. The next level is the Microsoft Action Pack. The Microsoft Action Pack says there $400. You pay every year and you get some internal use rights for software, which we'll look at a little bit later. Now, I run my whole business on the software I get from the Action Pack. So all of my tenants, all of my software, all of my servers, everything comes from that Action Pack. And it saves me literally thousands and thousands of pounds a year just by having that Action Pack. That's without the learning competency added on. The next level of partnership is silver competency. Now, for that, you have to meet certain requirements. People in your organization have to be certified at exams and other skills. If you want to be a learning partner, you have to have at least 2 MCTs, and you have to deliver a certain amount of courses every year and pay that rather large fee. To be a gold partner, you need even more certified people, you need even more MCTs, and again, you pay the fee and you have to deliver. I think gold is something for learning partners, something like 5,000 course units a year. So for most freelancers, the only option there would be the action pack, because these things are just too expensive. I suppose you could band together, join a company, create yourself a silver competency, but you then become a full learning partner. And Microsoft like to talk about partners in this way. They like to think they're investing in you. By the way, as an ex-Microsoft employee, I'm not hugely pro or anti anything to do with Microsoft in any way other than their products. The partner platform is brilliant for certain partners, less brilliant for other partners. The bigger you are and the more you do and the more money you've got and the more services you deliver, the better the partner program is for you. For an individual, until I had bought the Maps package, I got nothing. Once I'd bought Maps, I got everything I needed to run my business, and I was happy with that. I felt that was a really, really good way of managing my business and what I was doing. But I was still limited in delivering training publicly and buying mock. So when they launched this learning partner solution, I had already taken the action pack. So let's see what we get with the action pack outside of learning partner, because you might decide you want the action pack anyway, which is it's a superb resource, and there are different types of action packs which we can look at as we go through. You get advisory hours with a partner technical consultant if you want. I've never used those, I've not needed them. You get product licenses, lots and lots of product licenses on the main action pack. You get up to 10 free support incidents, which is worth the value of the action pack anyway. There's other resources to help you produce your go-to-market solutions. You get access to the partner, you're in the partner directory, you get access to their marketplace and materials and other stuff. It's not huge. The software is the major benefit. But you do get access to the partner university, and you get access to these instructor-led courses if you want them, and internal certifications. It's not as good as it sounds. They're online courses for things you might want to learn. They're good, but they're not the sort of thing, if you're not a large partner, that you would need. You don't need to build that bank up to get your competencies. And then they went and did this, and they introduced the Maps learning partner. So I'm going to try and flick through now, before you get to Maps, what you actually achieve and receive. And the first thing you get as a partner is you get access to this, what's now called CDX, that used to be called demos.microsoft.com. You can still get to it from demos.microsoft.com. And this allows you to create tenants for Microsoft 365 where you can deliver demonstrations and test yourself and practice on all these demonstrations that are available. So I currently have got a few tenants available. Microsoft employees get this as well, and their roles and limits are greater, so they have more tenants. I am allowed one year tenant and I think 6 90-day tenants, and it puts users, documents, demonstrations in the tenants. It also allows you to build a virtual machine that will allow you to run as your demonstration machine if you want to, and you can build and sign up to customer experiences that help you run missions. And one of the best things with the tenants is that once you've registered this experience, you can then download things like click through, run through events for software that you want to demonstrate or learn. So for me as a learning tool, I can build different tenants with different sets of resources in to be able to learn and demonstrate different elements of the product. And because it's internally used by Microsoft a great deal, it's kept very up to date. So you can create yourself those tenants. That's a free resource for anybody who is a partner at the moment. If you're an MVP, you now have access to this as well. MCTs currently don't, unless they are partners. However, the regional leads are discussing this in the new benefit package to see if we can get this happening. I don't believe, somebody's just asked about dynamics. I'm going to click create tenant. Your tenants you can have, nothing like a live demo. I can have business premium, enterprise, office and cloud app security, demo. Oh, dynamics customer engagement I can have. Business central. Doesn't look like FO though, so we don't get that. And it lets me go and plan all of my demonstrations for customers, and when I say customers, I'm talking about me. I'm building things and I'm demonstrating lots of different types of demonstrations. Those resources are really useful. So that's become a partner. You get access to that immediately as demos.microsoft.com. You also get access to the Partner Center. Now, my Partner Center has got quite a few other things in here because a lot of the what used to be called TAPS, technical programs, are now put through the Partner Center. But under here, under MPN, this is where my partner information is stored. And I'm currently looking at partnership offers. And I've got no offers for purchase. My action pack expires at the end of this month, but I can't renew it until after it's expired. But you get 30 days grace. If I wanted to generate what I need in silver or gold, it's giving me my prices and will tell me what I need to do to achieve. Competencies, I have no competence. I'm on the way to lots and lots of competencies because it measures your exams. So when you sign up, make sure you connect your MCT certification account to your partnership. Once you've done that, if you wanted to go for the maps option, it will automatically recognize that you are an MCT. You can't do maps unless you are an MCT. Well, maps learning partner unless you are an MCT. But I wanted to show you the benefits. So as an MCT, you already get software and services. So you get an Azure subscription. When you sign up for the Maps pack, you also get a lot of products. You get another benefit in Azure. So I get another $100 a month for Azure. I get 5 licenses, although AD Basic is now gone. I'm not quite sure why they've got AD Basic there. I get 5 licenses for EMS, the Enterprise Mobility Suite. I get Dynamics customer engagement. I run my customer, so I run my what used to be Forms Pro, that's now part of Dynamics customer engagement. I run my business on that. I get Intune licenses as well as Enterprise Mobility Suite. So that's 10 Intune licenses I get. And I get 5 E3 Office 365 licenses. All of those together are worth far more than the maps on their own. We then look at other software I get. It gets a lot better than this. I get all this software. Now, the new Learning Partner package doesn't come with all these licenses. It comes with a number, but it doesn't come with this many. When the Learning Partner Maps package was originally created, it was an add-on. Now it's got its own section of maps. So there are just about, in this section, there are just about all the licenses you would ever need to run your business. But you also get 3 full Visual Studio Professional subscriptions, which gives you another set of software downloads and Visual Studio as well for each of those individuals. Now, those individuals they automatically get that benefit if they are the first 3 technical contacts which you have to enter in your partnership. And then we get our other technical benefits, marketplaces, build logos, all sorts of clever stuff. So that's Maps. And the Maps learning element gives us a 25% discount on the courseware marketplace to be able to use. So this week I am running an MS 101 Enterprise Administrator course. I'm doing it as Maps. I'm charging my own fees. I've bought, when I say bought because they're free at the moment, I bought my mock direct, issued it to my students. I can buy lab access, I can buy exam vouchers, and I can buy practice tests as well, all through Courseware Marketplace. You're allowed to market the business as a learning partner. You're allowed to sell your services to sell courses, which you're not allowed to do as an MCT without learning partner status. Normally, we have to work for learning partners or not deliver mock to do that. You also get, obviously, the Microsoft Partner Network benefits as well. Now, the learning partner benefits for Action Pack, they're cut down a little bit from the ones you saw on mine. Mine presumably being grandfathered in. You still get your Azure credit. You get Windows 10 Enterprise 100 licenses for your classroom. So learning VHDs, you can run your own classroom with up to 100 licenses. You still get your 3 Visual Studios. You still get 5 seats of Office. You get SQL Server, which will please John. John, you get SQL Server. You get only 1 server in its Essentials 2019. Yeah, woohoo. That's sad because you lose the benefits of all the other servers, but you do get server cows. You still get your customer engagement, so you can run your customer engagement through Dynamics. And you also get 5 hours of services, and you get 10 support incidents. So you do get an awful lot. And it's, for me, it's about £300, and I'm lucky, I'm VAT registered. I just put my VAT number in and I don't have to pay VAT on it because it comes from Europe. Therefore, they don't charge me VAT. So that's good. I don't know how long that comes from Europe thing will last. So let's have a look at the other benefits. There is, and I'll make all these available for you and show you where you can get them, but there's an entire, I think it's 5 pages of what the Action Pack is, what the benefits are, what you have to do, how many licenses you get, and it just goes, the FAQ just goes on and on and on and on and on. We have an Action Pack page in the partner website, so we go all the way up to the top of the partner website. You were looking at the dashboard. Here's your partner website, and you can look at how to sign up for membership, get your training, connect to other partners. Oops, that was totally unintentional. And scroll down to which type of Action Pack. So if I were to go to my Action Pack, we can then see the learning option of Action Pack, and it will tell us all about the learning option. Come on, finish searching. It's not done what it's supposed to do. Interesting. And we can also see, for some reason, it's not showing me the page that was loaded, and it's unloaded it. That's jolly interesting. No, it wasn't that one. There we are, Action Packs. The interweb's suddenly gone very, very slow. I had all these pages loaded already. No, it's a round robin. It's stopped me. Let's just look at the learning Action Pack. There are a number of Action Packs you can pick. There we go, it's found the content this time. So there's a deck all about the learning option to tell you what you can do and how you can do it. There's the FAQ, and there's the agreement you sign up to when you enter the learning partner. Now, the learning partner agreement, which I'll download and open again because it's disappeared, contains a few things you might not want to sign up to and a few things you absolutely agree to do. And I found a couple of them in the 10 pages. You're not allowed to buy mock without it. You have to deliver, if you're going to deliver any mock, same as you do when you're an MCT, if you're going to deliver any mock, on your own as your own individual organization, then you have to do all mock. You can't customize it so that it doesn't look like mock. So you have to leave it looking like mock. You can add things in, obviously, because the courses don't contain everything they perhaps should contain. It's a 12-month enrollment. You have to enroll every 12 months. It gets terminated if you don't, because you have to buy the pack. If you miss the date, if it's terminated, as in you drop out, there's a 3-month waiting list to go, or waiting period to get back in. So don't miss your renewal date. Not a good idea to miss your renewal date. You must use MCTs for all training using Microsoft courses. You can't use anybody outside of your org or inside your org that isn't an MCT. Just because you're the MCT doesn't mean you can't buy it. Okay, but it does mean they can't deliver it. You can't resell it, you can't give it to anybody else, and you're only allowed to conduct training in countries where you are registered as a partner. So I'm registered in the UK only. So I couldn't go to Sweden or Denmark and do MAPS training. What I can do is sit here and do MAPS training anywhere in the world because I'm delivering it from the UK. And you also have to produce, if they ask for it, you have to produce a certificate, a free certificate to all delegates if they want one. And you have to comply with the MCTs, have to be qualified and have to have the credential for the course they're teaching. So all sensible, normal things. Nothing really over the top. It covers customized, you can customize as well. You also need to do a customer satisfaction. So you have to have a review for a direct training session. Currently, that doesn't say MTM. It may well do in the very near future, but currently it does not. There are no restrictions to online. The training now can be done anywhere, anyhow. There's no restrictions for online at all. And you can only use the courseware for your organization, for your delegates, for your training. Mock on demand is irrelevant because it's going away, and that's pretty much it. And it says you can't use the benefits for other people. You can't use your training. So you've got training licenses for your machines. If you have machines in your classroom, you can't use those for anything other than training, the usual stuff. And I think that was probably it. Okay, let me just check what else I wanted to show you. I've covered the partner center, I've covered the benefits. What's bad about the program? Well, when I joined it, as I said, I was able to add it on to my action pack, which meant I've still got all the other services and all the other licenses. Now, when I re-sign up, I sign up for my action pack and it carries on my learning partner ability. The one thing I did want to show you is when you go to Courseware Marketplace, the new Courseware Marketplace, it does do quite confusing things. So I sign in and then I get all this. Normally you only have one of those. It took me a long time to work out which one was me and which one wasn't me. The bottom one is my MAPS one. And you can see it'll show you what you've bought. It'll show you all the courses you want. So I can say search for courses. If I want MS 101, I can go and stick them in the cart. So I'd run a course for 10 people or 15 people, add them to the cart. I can add labs, vouchers and practice tests. So it's similar to your original. When you do it as an MCT, you can buy a physical book for money, or you can buy one free for online. So that's in my cart. So I can go up to my cart. I can then go and tick everything I need to tick. Purchase now. Do all that. Purchase now. And then I just have to click I agree. It then allows me to download a spreadsheet and to deploy all those licenses to the individuals. One of the benefits of doing this is it means that when you are training, if you use SkillPipe, you are the trainer, and as long as your SkillPipe account is the one you sign in with, all your students would see your notes. They're able to take advantage of the I'm not that certain that SkillPipe's going to be around for 100 years or more. I think they're going to be doing something else. Anybody with any common sense thinks Learn's going to be a huge change in the platform at some point in the next few years. But certainly while they've got it and while they're using it, you have the advantage of doing that. So the marketplace gives you the ability. I have 2 accounts. If I wanted to go and get one for me, I would have to sign out now and go back in to my other account to download my free copy. While I'm on a rant about SkillPipe, they've changed the way of updating things. So now when it updates, it doesn't give you the old copy and the new copy. It just changes the copy you have, even if it's in the middle of a course you're teaching, which is interesting. That's happened to me before now. Whereas before you got individual copies and you could see all the changes. Now it just gives you the new copy and you don't see the old copies. So another non-positive thing about SkillPipe. And other than that, I think I've covered maps, I've covered learning partner, I've covered the pros. I don't really have any cons to delivering it. It gives me ultimate freedom, but the biggest pro is that there's no learning partner deciding, there's no agent, there's no learning partner making a lot of money out of the course and not paying you what you're entitled, not paying you what you're worth, whether you're entitled to it. So as long as you have customers that want you to train, then you can deliver this at, you know, in the UK, a course might cost £2,000 per week. If you deliver 15 students at half price, you still have 1 week and £15,000. And currently, you're not paying any money for the mock material. So it's a very good program. The only thing that's slightly concerning, and I know all the learning and MCT programs are changing, but the chap that runs this this program was invited on the call and he was unable to make it, but he also said there are changes coming in the next calendar year. What that means, not sure. He didn't really say anything else in that reply, did he, Chintan? He just said something's changing soon. So something's, you have knowing how worldwide learning work and how long it takes to implement things, I think it would probably be quite a lot into the new calendar year. So it would be worth taking this up. If you've got customers that want to use you, obviously I'm not advocating poaching your customers off learning partners, but if you have no anti-compete agreements and you've got a customer that wants to use you, it'll pay for itself on your first course quite happily, quite easily. And that's probably all there is to know about the partner side of it.
Right, thank you. I think we have some questions in the chat. I'm just going to go through some of them. I think a question by Audrey: how do I earn points now all the mock is for free?
I'm not certain whether they have stopped the KPIs, because it's known as KPIs. Each time you sell a course, it adds to your list of KPIs, and to carry on as a learning partner, you should still be doing it every year. But some years I've not done very much at all, and they've carried me on. I don't know if they've disabled that system. I can't imagine they would have done, because you've got silver and gold partners wanting to still make their quota to be able to carry on being a silver and gold partner. There was a chap, I didn't see his name, who said he was a silver with 2 or 3 others. He may know if they've run silver and that's still counting points. As far as connecting your IDs, a lot of MCTs will know that it's quite possible to sell your ID. If you work full-time for a learning partner, just because you do doesn't mean you have to use your ID towards their competencies. Doesn't mean you do. You are quite legitimately able to charge for doing that. However, what a lot of people don't know, and I'm not advocating, is that it's only checked at the point of renewal. However, what I would say is if you're considering being a MAPS partner, take your ID back, use it for yours and keep it on yours, because it's the right thing to do. It's not gamifying the solution. But a lot of people do move their ID more than once. What else have we got? So other courses, other than Microsoft Official, you can teach whatever you like. So the non-official courses, or courses that don't require competency, if you know them well and you teach them and you're happy to teach them, fine. The other ones are the community courses. If you're brave enough to teach a community course, enjoy it. Some of them are incredibly good. Some of the PowerShell ones are very good from Don Jones, but some of them are less good. And the labs are much, much less good. So you take it into your own hands if you start teaching those. They're good for learning, though. Okay, so if you do this through Learning Partner, in course, if you're doing an Azure course, you can still download for them Azure passes. So eventually the Azure Pass system will go away completely. Okay? They will go away completely. But until all the authorized lab hosters can do the equivalent of Cloud Slice, Cloud Share, and use their own subscriptions, which actually increases the cost of the labs to you quite significantly, because the hoster has to charge for what they use in Azure, then you will be using Azure passes. You as an MCT have your own Azure Pass. You can go and get that from the portal site. You can't use those for your students, but you can get the Azure passes if you're selling a course that needs or has an Azure Pass, as long as that's still going.
Okay, so there's just a question that came up previously. Are there any special restrictions for online delivery?
Nope, none whatsoever.
Okay.
Same restrictions apply. It's just a classroom. What you shouldn't be doing, and I don't, and something came up on the internal regional lead team the other day about when people are asking Microsoft trainers to record something so they can put it online for people, because mock on demand's going away. As far as I'm aware, and we sort of prove that to ourselves, that's actually a breach of the, well, the learning partner would be breaching it. But if you know you're doing it for a learning partner, technically you're probably breaching your MCT agreement as well. As far as delivering bundles, on Courseware Marketplace, you can buy the exam, the lab, the practice tests, the Azure.
Right, and that's what I'm looking for is, you know, like some definitive value. And if we have definitive values, then we need to set up definitive kind of storage accounts and all that other stuff. And those things are, you know, things that I've been wanting to sort of, you know, get handled, because that would help me move the ball forward in a variety of areas here, right? Yeah. Now listen, there is some other ones here, you know, like disk encryption.
Sure, I don't know what that was.
I think we've muted that one now.
Yes. Another previous question.
Go
on. Your organization is registered in the UK. Is it possible that you can hire MCTs from different countries to deliver mock courses? You can hire anybody anywhere. If somebody is a MAPS partner with the learning partner, and as in a MAPS learning partner, if their partnership is not registered in the country you want them to physically deliver, then no. The learning, you'd have to deliver it through a learning partner, or they would have to deliver non-mock, or get them to, but everywhere you register, so MAPS for me works in the UK. If I wanted to set up a company or register as a partner in another country, I would have to set up an organization in that country.
I wouldn't need a building, but I'd have to set up an organization, and I'd have to pay for maps for that country as well. Whereas if I'm delivering it online, I'm sitting in my country delivering a course. So Rajat, I've just mentioned that for Azure, you can get your Azure Pass. If you are a maps trainer, you can download an Azure Pass. Or if you've got a big enough account yourself, it's very easy to do yourself. You just create a user on your Active Directory and use policies and governance to restrict what they can do in your account, if you have a big enough subscription.
Okay, so is there any limitation that we can have that much amount?
Any limitation for what?
Rajat, you can type out your question in the chat if you just got cut off. I have a question to Ed. So if you want to disassociate yourself from a learning partner, is there really a formal way to do that? I don't want to.
You don't do anything. You just go to the partner you want to associate it with. When you associate it, it says this partner will lose it, and you just take it off. If you've got an agreement, a financial agreement with someone, and it's beholden on you to presumably tell them you're doing that, especially if they're coming up for renewal and you're an MCT that gives them their learning partner status, that would be unprofessional. But it's your ID. You are entitled to put your ID wherever you want it. To be honest, it's not something I would consider doing. It's not something I advocate, really, moving these IDs regularly.
Okay, so I think that answers all of the questions that I can see here. If we just on time, actually, I can probably stick around for a couple of minutes. Don't know if Ed can do the same, but if anybody would like to speak up, then you can. Otherwise, use the chat. I think there's another question. Maps learning partners only need one MCT, or is there a minimum requirement?
So maps is a minimum of one. Minimum of one, because that's what I am. I run my own company. I'm the only MCT in the company. That's what I do. Silver is minimum of 2, and I think gold's minimum. I think it's minimum of 4. I haven't looked at gold because I'm not spending £3,000 on a partnership I can't get. So. Rosa, yes, you can do that. You go to a courseware marketplace, you buy the exam, you buy the Azure, or you download the Azure passes, and you can buy lab, and you can also buy practice tests as well. So you can do you can buy everything that learning partners at Silver and Gold can buy. You just get less of a discount. And no, Bill, you definitely can't deliver them as a recording. Or, sorry, you could deliver privately. You could record it and play it like mock on demand through a Teams meeting or something, but you would not be able to put it out there for people to be able to see outside of the class. I've never been asked for a certificate in any of the MAPS courses I've delivered, which is a genuine pain because I designed one specially, and I'm still waiting for somebody to ask for a certificate. But if somebody asks, you have to give them one. You don't get them. You have to go to courseware marketplace one to get your materials. As long as you are a gold learning partner. Gold partners can't do it. You have to have the learning partner status. So you can be a gold partner with 2 MCTs because they're certified and they would count as certified. But for learning, I think you need 4 MCTs as a gold partner. I don't think there's really much difference in the MCT program anymore between Office and non-Office, apart from, don't the Office get better Office 365, or do we all get Office 365 E5 now? I can't remember.
No, we don't.
I think they're sort of merging. We get a developer tenant, I think, now.
Yes.
I think they're merging most of the benefits, and all the benefits are up for grabs anyway in the next few months when the program changes. But hey ho, we'll see what happens when it happens.
Okay, so I think that is really it then. Yeah, so everyone who's here attending, we have, I think, officially ended. You're welcome to stick around. If you need to get going, please be my guest. Thank you, Ed, for presenting the session.
Pleasure.
It was
Anytime.
very, very informative to myself, to a lot of people. And yeah, if you are going to stick around, then yes, maybe you could answer some more questions. Otherwise, this particular meeting will be available as a recording. I will post that out to all the attendees. I've got your email addresses. Check your emails, the ones that you've used for registering. Also, it will be posted on social media. So this is not under NDA. It is for public knowledge. So you will get it as. Thank you.